It was the first summer blockbuster. It changed movie making, it changed the Hollywood game.
Not to mention one of the greatest movies ever made.
I believe that Jaws is a film about the people. It's not necessarily about the shark, it's about how the people deal with the shark. So Martha's Vineyard is very much a character in Jaws. I'd say it is the main character in Jaws. And you could say it put Martha's Vineyard on the map in terms of how it had a global outreach. I think the fact that it's on Martha's Vineyard is the reason why it's a timeless film. It's a very unique experience because Martha's Vineyard hasn't changed in 50 years, so it's like you're stepping out of the movie into the movie.
The heart of Amity is pretty much Edgartown. There are isolated, iconic places like what is known as the Jaws Bridge, the Big Bridge.
We have a lot of lore about it here. You know, growing up, going up to Menemsha, going to the galley, you can see the old orca that they actually sunk. It's like our identity, kind of.
Steven Spielberg is a genius about drawing on the local population, and he drew on the local population from all areas of island life. And there were some other people, Sherry Rhodes, who was the casting director, and an assistant of hers, who knew everybody, and that helped so much to find the faces and the bodies and the accents and all of those things that made the film seem so authentic. Nobody expected it to become the movie that it became.
The movie annoyed the island. There are local businesses who can't afford to lose a half a day's revenue because some unknown director is shooting some B movie nobody will ever see and might not be completed, and it may mean the difference between them being in the red or being in the black later in the year. The next year, the traffic went through the roof over here, and people started making money. Jaws is the movie that paid their bills. And if you look around here and you look around there, it's like everybody is tapping into a way to make a little bit of money on Jaws. So it became part of island culture, and it's hard to do that. This island has an enormous depth of historical happenings. So this is not an island without history.
This island is really, really special, and it's been special for thousands of years, going back to the Wampanoag tribe. The main thing as islanders, I feel like we all focus on is preserving our home and preserving the beauty that we have, and because it really was like what it was like in Jaws, you know, just a little splinter of a house on some desolate beach, and now it's much more popular, obviously, but it still has that same kind of special meaning to everybody who was born here and who's lived here for so long. For me, it's really cool to see what a broad reach it has. I didn't know that people would, you know, we'd have thousands of people coming to Martha's Vineyard for Jaws Fest. You know, it's really cool, and it really, it makes me really happy that I'm from the island and that I can say that this is part of my home. This is what I have.
Joe Alves tells the story about how he was meant to go to Nantucket to scout locations there, because he could have found towns on Long Island, he could have found towns on Cape Cod, up and down the eastern seaboard. That probably would have worked as well. But it's Martha's Vineyard, man. It happened here.